Okay guys, let's get started with this lesson. So these arenas are two very different sizes, so it's going to be a little tricky to match these up, but we want to look at angles and see how Lolo is progressing in pro rodeo. So this is rodeo number 1 on the bottom and rodeo number 2 on the top. And we're going to go through and show you how we've progressed, things that we need to work on, just so you can start to compare your own runs to these things. And as your colts get more seasoned, the things that really begin to happen as kind of the nuts and bolts fall off, I want to show you what's normal so that you know what it is that you can expect from your young horse and things that you can expect to go a little bit wrong. So we can see that this alleyway up here is long, narrow. This looked really, really tiny. This is wide open with a big, big gate. So she came in with a little bit more clarity coming in. This up top was a 13-second arena, so she was looking for it a little bit more. But as you can see, she was a lot more prepared in this second rodeo. I want you to see how my leg goes back. Now you're going to see that same thing from me here at this move. Here she was able to actually put her hind end in the ground a little bit more and get up into the same spot. So as you can see, this is kind of a body reflex of mine. Most of you will probably notice that you do it. When you look like you're within an inch of hitting this barrel, your body will just automatically kind of fold up on you where you start to get really careful. Here, you can see that she looks very similar here, but as we start to get here, she really has got her eye on this barrel. I'm a lot more focused. I'm a lot less scared that my little baby's going to do something crazy, and then we're off to the next barrel. So you can see how much more clean and concise that barrel was as we leave it. So going across the pin, I want you to check out and see how much more she was firing across this pin. Now, of course, it's smaller, so it's a little bit harder to see. Down here, you can see her kind of trying to figure out how she's going to change leads and get buried back up for this turn. Over here, she's just coming in really, really nicely. But right here, up top, I want you guys to notice that the alleyway catches her eye. There's a lot. So when I see that alley catch her eye, it's up to me to go and drive her on to that third barrel and have her really ask herself to be responsible right here. That means pushing my hand toward her ears, kicking forward, and asking for even more speed. If I can get some acceleration out of her in those moments where she's really vulnerable, I can get her to start really thinking all the way down to her feet. Now she does it again right here on this top video that we can see as she comes right here and then pops up. Now when she gives me this pop, it's up to me to have my upper body upright and not way back behind myself. You'll see a lot of people that kind of look over their shoulder. They tend to tilt their head to the outside, so they have their head bent over to the left. They'd have their shoulders way back, their arm way out in front of them. What they actually do is they create that moment in their horses. What you want to make sure is, because you are training a colt, you're doing this pro rodeo build your own kit horse. We got a kit Ferrari. What we want to do is make sure that we install this. We have to be responsible with our body being super straight and upright right here with our hand ready to accelerate. Because if we lean way back on these horses and then throw our hands forward, you're going to get this motion. And you can see with me making no riding mistakes that this is already an issue. So just imagine how that would be multiplied if I were leaned way back and creating this kind of draw of propulsion from behind the barrel. So this is a place that we want to make sure that our posture is really, really correct. Now going into the next rodeo, so the next rodeo will be a performance. Her very first performance, she's never been hauled to a performance. She's never been at a rodeo performance. She's never been around ropers with ropes, bulls being loaded, the pace, the vibe of a performance. She's never seen any of it. Not to be hauled with flow, not to be tied out at the rodeo, not to be ridden in a grand entry, not anything. So as you guys watch me build out my own pro rodeo horse, I'm going to take you through the guts of it. I mean, it's going to be top to bottom. So you've seen us go to 2 rodeos now. I'm super interested to see her reaction to a performance, because that will be really exciting for me, because I know that she's going to do some things wrong. But now that I've got these 2 rodeos to compare them to, what I'm really going to focus on is driving her as quickly as I can across this pin, and just understanding that I'm going to have to not fall asleep at the wheel behind the second barrel. barrel when things catch her eye. Now, you guys might ask, what would I do different in my run? And here's my advice to you. You're going to do absolutely nothing different. Not one single thing. And the reason is you have to be a confident leader for your animal. If you are constantly changing your mind, this animal is no longer going to respect you. If you are constantly wishy-washy, you're changing different bridles, this horse is always going to think there's some surprise or some trick. But if I can begin to make this routine really, really concise, and by clockwork, I give her her pre-run pace at this time, I saddle her at this time, I'm on her back for about this many minutes until the rodeo starts. As soon as I'm done running, I'm off her back in this many minutes. These horses will begin to build out a schedule that they can start to feel really comfortable in. And when you have a routine, you know how comfortable you feel when you know exactly what's going to happen at exactly what time. There's very little that's unpredictable. That's what we're trying to build out here. So it's not about me being nervous at a rodeo. I'm no longer allowed to do that. I have to be a confident leader that's going to go in here and ride this horse really well, knowing that my expectation is all I'm wanting to do is actually show up. And for me, the win at this rodeo is not backing out and running Baby Flo. That's my 1%. It's honest to God, my 1%. So I want you to take some notes. I want you to look through this video. I know we've watched it replay here several times. Think about things that have been noted in here. Think about you as a leader. Think about your nerves and how you can start to really be mindful of those so your horse can have a great experience. Think about what your expectations really are at the next rodeo. And I want you to write those down, keep them in your barrel racing binder, and share them with the group if you have some really good things that kind of feel like, oh, I really get that now, or wow, that really made sense to me, or I feel really connected to what she said there. Share it with the group. Let me know what it is that you liked in here, that you maybe had an aha or a light bulb moment. But really and truly, my big 1% is that tomorrow when I go to load my horse in the trailer, it's this filly and not my proven barrel horse. So that's it for today, you guys. I hope that you absolutely love today's lesson. I know I love making them for you. And remember, the best is on its way. We are making incredible content for you guys to learn from and to be able to explore every single drill and every single scenario. I hope that you absolutely love it here, because I absolutely love being your coach. If you had some good stuff come out of this lesson and this type of lesson, please let me know on the group. That way I keep them coming. Otherwise, I have no idea. So let your girl know. I'll talk to you next time. Bye, guys.